So value, right, it happens on these lower and higher levels, right? We distribute and accumulate around value. We go a little bit above it, a little bit below it, but where that concentration of tick is. And for those of you who are unfamiliar, tick is a generic term for when we move up by one order increment on something. So like if let's say your spread is like a cent on Apple, then every 1 cent is a tick, right? So the stock as it moves up and down, upticks and downticks, right? And wherever you uptick and downtick the most times over and over again, that price, and you can use like volume by price study for this, like VPOC, the price that ticks at the most is what we can generally call value, right? So you will distribute up, down, and around those areas. And these are the areas where you're going to want to either, you're trying to get in here and, you want to get out here, right? And these are going to be your best and your biggest moves across the range, right? So here is an example of like a large value area. See how we go down, drop, and then pull back up. You can see we're constantly gravitating to this value area. And these are some really old charts because I just wanted to show you it's been working for like forever. Same thing here. Doesn't mean you're going to go down. Remember my old Tron charts? Oh, those were so fun. Balance, right, is a value area, but when we have no volume. One of the biggest ways to understand balance is by watching volume. When we're in balance, we will lose volume. Our order book structure will also change. We will get orders either in all directions or no orders in any direction, right? So we're either in the mud or we're in the desert, right? There's for a visual, right? There's no sound, there's no noise. When we're at value, the market is a murmur, right? Right? Nothing, right? Just very, very quiet, very, very relaxed, right? No excitement. That is value. That is balance, right? So when we're in balance, you really ideally should not be trading. This is an old Tron chart here on balance from a while ago. Notice how after it got to this area and kind of came back to VWAP and established balance at R4 and VWAP there, notice how the volume just disappears. Right? If this was ghost candles like we have now through TradingView, this whole bar section would just be completely empty. You would just see nothing there. So the excess builds when you're about to test, right? So watching the excess is actually one good way to understand if something's about to happen, right? Before the price really starts moving, you will notice orders start tearing in on the book. Doot, 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 doot. You'll see it will start loading up at pre. It's an algorithm, right? So when it's ready to go, it will start throwing orders. The market makers move the price by putting orders out on the book to buy and sell, right? So when we're ready to go, they will kick on the gears and get us going and running. When these institutions are ready to go, they will make a big, and this is our initiative participants, right? Once the excess is there, the initiative participant will bring in, right, the volume, and then we generically surf it, right? That's what we do. So you can kind of see here, like as we're consolidating here on this old chart, and then as we broke and went up, look how we have this instant pop in volume, right? This is because we have a bunch of shorts that are stopping out. We also have institutional buys buying in. And then you can just see overall, though, for such a long time, barely any volume. And then now, look how much larger the volume is. Right? This is how you know we've got action right now. And we did that and kept going and going and going until, boom, we exhausted our buyers, and then we fell off to come back and offer value. Not too bad. So you can see here, this is a trade I took, I don't know, maybe like quite a while ago, actually. It was an R3 short, but you can see here kind of the same thing. We were distributing here. You can tell we were distributing, right? Because we have large volume cells, and all of our buy candles are all truncated and absorbed. Anytime we sell, we move much easier. But like I said, we don't always just distribute lower. We actually rarely do. We actually normally distribute, then move up and distribute some more, then sell down. Right? I think that catches a lot of people off guard. And I'm going to try and make that more clear as time goes by. But I think that kind of catches people off guard. They don't really get that we can distribute, then move up, distribute, then move up and distribute, right? So you will see selling. This is why you got to wait till you're in the right range. Because if you're distributing, ideally you will distribute a little bit before you move up, right? But if you see this selling and then you go, oh my God, I need to hurry up and get in, it's selling, and then you get squeezed out, right? You're not going to be happy because what you realize is we were distributing here, but now we're moving up to distribute more. And if you went short here, right, where we matched up, everything was beautiful, right? So I'm going to bring up my charts real quick, and I'll show you like on NVIDIA today. NVIDIA was a fairly lovely call. It overshot the box, but it did reoffer. It didn't recall though. But look here. So we absorbed right at the open. Right, so our initial candle that happened right at the open was a very strong signal, right? Because we actually absorbed that order, right? We then moved into the buying position on lower volume and then moved up, right? We then came down, we tried to buy, that's stuffed, that's not good, but we then tried to sell and that also stuffed, so not bad. But you can see here we're accumulating or consolidating even. Like we're not really even doing anything. We're just sitting here and chopping. And that's why I didn't like it. But then you'll see here, like right around here, and I'll actually show you where my favorite entry spot would have been on this. And it's one of those candles that would normally freak most people out. But if you're using my buying and selling detector, you would have realized it was a beautiful opportunity. When we started to move off of S3, right? And we started to buy, we went firmly into buying. So now our VPN, and we had this giant wick down when the news came out, and that perfectly exhausted our potential sellers and gave us a beautiful spot to actually go long again. Like we could have added into positions right there, and then it just rocketed after that until we finally, look, we exhausted. We moved all the way up into the exhaustion zone here, and when we exhausted, we pushed a little bit more and then started our sell-off. And we sold off almost all the way into the close today. And then a little rally at the end. So it was really pretty fun. So it didn't really work for me, but it was nice. So if you guys have any questions, let me know.
Hello, Market Alchemists. We hope you enjoyed this series. Please make sure to comment and, of course, like and subscribe.